I trade spot and futures on BYDFi, and if you want to set up an account now, send me a message once you've created your account with your username and UID on Telegram, and I'll put you into a randomly selected prize draw. I've got $10, $20 and $50 gift cards to give out, which basically go against your trading fees, giving you free trading fees basically until the gift cards run out. BYDFi.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Still feeling a little bit rough, so I thought I'll do a quick video, short video on just the general altcoin situation really, with the use of Total 2. Maybe we'll look at Total 3, but they're pretty much the same to be honest with you at this point. Right, so we've had this nice epic uptrend. This was your alt season, and to the disgust of the trolls, there is no alt season. Whoa! Oh my god. Yes, there was an alt season, and that was it so far. Now, it doesn't mean that that's it completely, because once you have a golden cross, you have a trend, and once you have divergences of 250 exponential, you basically have a strengthening of trend. So what we've got here is actually a trend that appears to have strengthened, but has it reached its peak? Well, let's have a little think about it. So based on the daily, what we saw is these two double tops over here, the big powerful move down into a 50 exponential, and then a big springboard up to this, and every candle so far closing above this previous resistance, which is now support, the $748 billion zone. Right, well, I mean, we are above it technically now. We've been struggling with it since we had that big wick down into the 50s, so, you know, I suppose there's really nothing much more to say about this daily other than the fact that, yeah, we're below a Bollinger Band and we're above the support. We're 65% more likely to remain below 771 billion, which means that we're, I suppose, more likely to break the support. And if the support breaks, then we have to think about coming back down to the 50 exponential, which is obviously going to hurt altcoins a lot. So let's have a look at the 4 hourly to see if there's any change of behavior taking place, so we can add a little hopium to the Sunday. Because like I said yesterday, Bitcoin's not all that bad. I mean, in all fairness, you know, I said yesterday, so Bitcoin likely to come back up and retest the $44,000 zone. Every aspect of the chart, whether it's 4 hourly, daily or weekly, looked okay, and we have crept back up very slowly, back up to the major resistance of 44,000. So Bitcoin's okay. Altcoins, what's going on? So here we go, 4 hourly, obviously the slice down. This is your 200 simple and exponential, which is also a golden cross, which also has not been retested on the 200s since it kicked in October, all the way back down in October. So we are retesting it now. One retest, not a V-shaped recovery. Second retest, sketchy. Third, fourth, fifth. Are we working on a sixth? Okay. We should have had a reaction by now, to be honest with you. We are still above it, which, again, while above the support, you should be hopeful for it. And in fact, you know, let's be honest, really. You buy at supports, don't you, and you sell at resistances, right? So, you know, if there is an area, generally speaking, for the Total 2 to make some kind of recovery from, it would be here, more or less exactly here. And if it's not, it wouldn't take long to know if you're wrong. So, you know, whatever altcoin that you're looking at, if it is at a significant support at the same time as this, for instance, you know, why not give it a shot? You can have a nice tight stop loss in there to manage that risk, because basically the Total 2 is at support on a 4 hourly and on a daily, based on the horizontal anyway, based on all time frames. So look, let's have a look at momentum then, shall we? What do we have over here? So we got 1, 2 drives, bullish divergence on the way on the 4 hourly. Is that enough to do anything? Well, sometimes it is, and 2 drives, you know, arguably a third drive would be really good, and we might see that sitting around a support. You would expect to see a move, and that move, you know, should take us up to the next major level of support, being a Bollinger Band center, which is only very slightly above where we are right now. So we are still talking about the opportunity, not the likelihood, but the opportunity to form a V-shaped recovery on this particular chart. So let's have a think about some altcoins then, shall we? Does Ethereum have anything similar to that? It is. Basically, Ethereum has got a 200 exponential on a 4 hourly, which we're hanging around right now, and a support a little bit further down, about $70, $80 further down. So that's doing the same thing. There's no bullish divergence here, although the momentum is trending up, so that's okay. Ethereum's actually not been hit quite nearly as hard as some of these others. So let's have a look at some of the worst ones. Not the worst ones, but some of the ones that I've seen. This is one of my hodl bags. So right, this is a different setup. This is a death cross pushing all the way down, broken down below the major support, but we do have bullish divergence on this one. What other things can we look at? XRP was quite brutally attacked, wasn't it? It was savagely attacked. What's going on with XRP on the 4 hourly? Lots of bullish divergence on the 4 hourly, but obviously a very strong death cross there. What else is there? What's a big one? Link. What's Link been doing? Link is still it's holding significant value compared to where it came from not too long ago. And what we have is some bullish divergence on the 4 hourly, but a death cross as well. So the idea with altcoins as a whole making a V-shaped recovery is based mostly upon the total 2. Individual charts are going to be, you're going to have to take each setup as it is, because as you can see on a handful of those, we've already seen they have death crosses on the 4 hourly. The total 2 is far from a death cross. So the overall market when it comes to crypto, excluding Bitcoin, is not actually bearish yet. It just might be a delayed fuse, but it's absolutely not as bearish as some of those individual altcoins that we've looked at. However, that doesn't mean that it's not going to break down, because this is just an indicator of, it's just a reference of the market cap on altcoins. It's not really a major chart. It's useful to look at. It's definitely worth thinking about, but can you trade an individual altcoin based on the market cap of all altcoins combined? I would probably say no. That's like going to a restaurant and putting every single soft drink into one cup and expecting to taste one flavour when you drink it. It's just not going to happen. So what we'll be thinking about at this point now is the market going to perk up? Is Bitcoin going to hold or even break above 44,000? If it does, it might make this move up, and then so we might start to see a recovery from altcoins. But as I've been saying since all the way back in December, we should have been taking profit all the way up on these rips, because this is not parabolic season, this is just an alt season. Just like every year has some form of alt season. Even the bear market had an alt season. So this is the first year of bull market, and we've had our alt season. So in times past, these alt seasons retrace. Sometimes, most times actually, in full. So yeah, we knew that, and we've been taking profit all the way up. Some of these altcoins did not materialize much gains at all. We still had some gains. So that was always the plan. Out throughout December, no new positions, just out throughout December. Work on that tether, get that tether stacked, buy some dips for some small little rips, which we might be getting next week. Based on the Dixie, for instance, I think it's reasonable to assume that we will start to see some more upside in stocks, which should correlate over into Bitcoin and maybe crypto as a whole. And so I am looking for some more upside next week. But generally speaking, overall, when we're looking at the altcoin scenario, it's going to follow Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is pushing that resistance, and hopefully is going to break it. But we've got no evidence to say that it will yet. And when it does finally break it, we will be looking for the main divergence play, and this is where things get sketchy. I don't want this to break today. I want to close level. I want to close with no candle body higher than these previous ones, because that will say there is no bearish divergence at the moment. This is still just consolidation. That's what I want to see. And then next week or the week after, I'd like to see some form of reaction back up to the major zone, 48,000, and maybe a little bit above, where whatever little trade that I've got going that's still on right now, because I do have some trades that are still on, they will all be, I'll get rid of them all, and I will be mostly in tether. To be fair, from my trading accounts, I think they're going to be completely in tether. To be fair, hodlers, don't worry, I'll be hodling with you. All these are hodl bags. I've got loads of Atom, I've got loads of XRP, loads of Chainlink. I'll be hodling with you all the way. Survive the rides. Survive the waves of volatility. That's the name of the game. But from a trading perspective, We've been talking for a month now since we got up to these levels, how the risk to reward is particularly low. And it's time to think about the next major move, which is a consolidation down to 30, lower 30s, maybe even all the way down to 28, and that's fine. Right, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Meet me on the Patreon, links in the description below. Otherwise, take it easy.